What is going on, guys? It's Kevin here with ModMyMods, and it is a lovely Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for joining me on the ModMyMods news update. Today we have some fun little things that we'll talk about, some new products that I saw. We'll talk about the RTX 30 series, we'll talk about some waterblocks, we'll talk about some free games, and all sorts of other stuff. But I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. It is actually quite a bit cooler here in New York now, finally, thank God. I don't know, big people like me don't necessarily always like the heat, and I definitely don't. So I'm ready for winter, I'm ready for fall, and, you know, I can't wait for the snowflakes to fly. But that is beside the point. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Things have been evolving over the weekend and coming out with more and more information. So without further ado, let's jump right on into it and see what we got when it comes to news and some product news. While I was roaming the lovely interwebs this weekend and today and the day before and all that good stuff, I stumbled upon a lot of people talking about this particular case. This is the new Corsair 4000X. This particular model is the X. Apparently they have a couple different versions of this case, the X being the one that has like a glass front to it. And they have a couple different versions, like I said, but a lot of people, I'm not entirely sure why, but they really love this case. I'm hoping maybe you guys can explain it to me, because I'm not, maybe I'm dumb here. Maybe I'm stupid, right? You know, it's very possible. But I'm not really sure what I find appealing on this case, to be honest with you. Now again, this is just my own 2 cents. It has absolutely nothing to do with what you guys think. Obviously, you know, to each is their own. You know, some people really like all-in-one type of cases that you don't really have to modify, you don't really have to do a whole hell of a lot to, and they just work, right? So I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I mean, I don't know. If it were me, I would probably go with the Lee something or other. I'd probably go with the 011D, to be honest with you, because well, to be honest, it looks better. But that's their new case that came out. Oh, of course, Facebook is going to be stupid and not going to tell me who anyone is, but I am glad that everybody's here. I got Captain, not Nancy, thank you for being here, and the old 122, thank you for being here, and then I have a couple people that are in Facebook that I have no idea who it is. I'm going to guess one is Tristan, but I don't know who the others are. But hi, thanks for joining me. I would agree, I think it does look like an NZXT 500 case. I think that's exactly what it looks like to me. Again, you know, at $119, I mean, it's not a bad little case. But again, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. It looks just, I hate to say this, I mean, Corsair, you've done some really good cases in the past. Recently, I haven't seen one that I liked. But this looks just like everything else you've done. So what are you doing? This looks like 570X. Or 270. Or the other one. Or that other one. Or the NZXT 500. I mean, it looks exactly the same as everything else. So I applaud you for having more airflow, because they're talking about this particular case having a boatload of airflow. So let's take a look at the video, and then we'll pop back and we can, you know, see how we feel about it. Look at that lens flare float across the screen. That signifies it's on fire. It's as deep as a regular fan. You can stick your controller right here on the back like everyone else does. Tool free, it god dang better well be. Alright, so there's the 4000D. There's the 4000D airflow. and then they don't show the X. Enhance cooling. Enhance. I don't know. Still. Optional. Okay, very cool. You put airflow inside of the case. Now, I love you guys in the chat because you literally are making me laugh throughout this whole video, because some of the things that you guys are saying is exactly went through my head. And then you've even said some better things too. NZXT 500 clones anywhere, everywhere. What's with all the glass cases with the fans right up against the tempered glass? Oh my god, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I don't know why, but we decided that sandwiching some glass next to a fan was a great idea. I don't know who decided that, but they need to get them out. Just show them to the door and lightly give them a tap on the ass and get them out, because this is unbelievable. So I'm not really sure what that's all about. However, I do like the fact that you finally made a mesh front for one of the cases, even though it's not really any different than the other case. So we're doing what everyone else has done, but we're pretending it's new. Yes, precisely. We're going to give this a new label and call it something else, but it's going to be different because it's the same thing, right? I don't know. The plastic design in the front or whatever might have decent airflow, but I'm always skeptical of the front tempered glass unless you're pulling in air another way, i.e. dynamic. Yes, I agree. Like this 400D or 4000D, this plastic panel here, I can't imagine. Yeah, oh sweet, you got like 10 millimeters of room around that panel to suck in all sorts of air with your Corsair LL fans that are already generating a boatload of heat because they're RGB. And yeah, all right, whatever. So that was one thing that I did find. I thought it was kind of, entertaining, and I thought I don't know, I wasn't really sold on it. So only one has RGB, right? Yeah, I think so. I think that's the case. I think it's the X RGB. Let's look, because to be honest with you, I don't really go on this. So there's the D. Give it that 4000D. So yes, the D is just the airflow case, which apparently is not like the RGB model, which is, yes, I couldn't even say your name on Twitter if I wanted to. I'm sorry. But yes, you're absolutely right. The 4000X is the RGB version of that, which has the glass panel in the front, or the tempered glass, or whatever the heck you want to call it. But this is that other one. This is the airflow version. Again, congratulations. You guys cut out holes in it finally, like you should have a long time ago. So that's good. We're making moves into the right area, but thinking on their whole number scheme, right? It's like if you had an 800D like I did, you know how big that thing was. And then if you saw the 900D, you knew that thing was even a little bit bigger and had a little bit more badassery going on. And then you got the 1000D, and that thing was just monstrous. It had rads on rads on rads on rads, right? And then you get the 4000 series, and it's small. What? Why? I don't know. Not exactly what I would prefer. However, again, to each is their own. I mean, for what the price is, $80 for this case, that's not bad. Again, I might go with something a little bit different. I might go with like the Be Quiet DX case that just came out, the 500DX, which is also RGB. But yes, the 4000X series is the RGB version, which they only have the D series apparently right here. However, say it like Rocky. Ruski's. Oh, I can't. I don't think I could. I wish I could. I don't want to butcher it so bad because people then will make fun of me. That'll make me sad. Is it worth buying? It's like around $110. Yes, it is around $110. Let's see if they have the links in the description. They don't. Cool. Good work, guys. Fantastic. I don't know if I can recommend this. I don't think so. So again, I haven't built in it, but again, it looks just like a 270X or the other one or the other one or the other one. It's just a mid-range, mid-tower case. That's what it comes down to. You know, if you go cases and you go mid-tower and you look at all of them and you go, wow, that looks the same as like that one, which also kind of looks the same as like that one, but then it also looks the same as this one, which looks the same as the 4000. So, yes, for $120, is it a decent buy? I mean, I guess you get 3 Corsair fans. I don't know if they're the LL versions, but you do get 3 of them, so I guess that's something. Do you recommend Intertech brand? To be perfectly honest with you, I don't think I actually know too much about them. The Intertech brand I haven't heard very much of. So I apologize. I'll have to look up some of their stuff and we'll talk about it on Friday because, to be honest, I'm not well versed enough to make a accurate assessment of them. So Corsair, though, I can definitely say that I've used a lot of their different stuff, and to be honest with you, I don't know, 4000 doesn't seem like something to write home about, you know. So but that being said, let's move on to the other things that I did see today. Another new product that people were talking about are these Inwin Saturn addressable RGB fans, which I'm not really sure how I feel about these. Because to be honest with you, if you were using these with the new, well, not the new, but if you were using the G-Skill, the Trident memory, that's got the really, like, I don't know, the bling bling version that's got the diamonds on top, the RGB diamonds, I think these would look pretty dope together, to be perfectly honest with you. But I wanted to take a look at the video that they have and see, you know, what they actually look like. Obviously this is just an animation, but I wanted to at least share it with you guys because I thought it was pretty cool. And they did a good job. Very, very cool. I think that the Asia Horse Matrix. Yes, Travis, I have seen those, but I haven't actually used any yet. We'll have to take a look at them, hopefully next show, and see what's going on with those. But I did like the fact that these particular fans were relatively decent price. I think that's a set of 3. So for $45 you get RGB addressable fans. Now it does, yeah, it looks like some of the new Lian Li fans. All right, let me tell you what. The new Lian Li fans are freaking amazing. The fact that they snap together and you only have one cable that runs to the controller and all that type of stuff, you're going to have a tough time beating Lian Li. So it does look like Inwin went to the Lian Li book on this, the playbook on that. especially with the daisy chain fans. And I did see this video, which is the how to... Jesus, shut up. Way too loud. And this music sounds like somebody just died. Remembering Bob Ross. Innovator. Painter. Marine. You know what I'm saying? Okay, sorry. Anyways. Yeah, so it does look like they took a play right out of the Lian Li playbook. Look at that. It's a little daisy chain jumper thing that goes from one fan to the next, which is pretty cool. I do know that they've been working on it for a while. Yeah, Travis. Inwin has been doing daisy chain stuff for the past 2 years now. I agree, but they I don't know. They didn't really perfect it like Lian Li did. I was very, very impressed. Oh my god. Oh god. Who puts in a screw like this? Come on, man. It's for a video. Alright, anyways. Yeah, I'm not really exactly sure how I feel about them. I do think that they look pretty sweet. I think that the RGB, you know, is going to look really nice, especially on these fans once you get them turned on and doing stuff. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, put it in the case. Let me see it. Just see it. Wow. Yeah, see? The, like, ring that goes all the way around that actually gives you LED spread and stuff like that, like, throughout the case. I think that looks pretty sweet. But again, you know, for the price point and what they are and how you hook them up together and how they daisy chain, I think it's pretty good price. Again, if you're a stickler about RGB and how they look, go with the Lian Li fans, which I, again, will back until the day I die. I think those things are freaking awesome. They really can do some awesome stuff. Their software isn't terrible, and I haven't had it crash the PC yet, so knock on wood, it'll be okay for the next build that's coming up that will have them in it. So, but I wanted to share those with you. I wanted to share the Inwin Saturns. I thought those were pretty cool. And again, if you are on a budget and you want something that looks nice and does work, these are definitely something to consider. But again, if you have the extra money, go with the Lian Li, the Uni fans. Those are pretty dope. So, some more information that came out this weekend was, oh my god, everybody's so excited. Oh my god, we're so excited. RTX cards, right? Everybody's like, oh, 3 series, 30 series. Oh my god, yeah, sweet. Okay, so here's my gripe, and then I'll leave it alone. So on EVGA's web, or not EVGA's, on GeForce's website, you go down there and you're like, oh sweet, when does it come out? When does it come out? Well, it comes out on the 17th. Well, which one? Well, the 3080. Oh, so not the 3090 or the 3070? No. Just the 3080. 3080 will be out on the 17th. The rest will be out, or the 3090, the more expensive one, will be on the 24th. And we'll let you know when the 3070 is coming. We'll just let you know. So, for people that aren't rich like myself, because I just don't have that type of money to drop on a video card, I'm looking to grab one of these at some point. However, I'm going to have to be patient and wait, and if I haven't said it before, I know that patience is a virtue, and I definitely don't have it. So, did I make the right choice choosing PCI 4 motherboard, the B550? I kind of bought everything that supported. Yes, I think yes. I think if you went PCIe 4.0, I think it was a very, very good idea, especially because you're going to be able to upgrade even further down the road. So when the 4 series comes out, the 40 series comes out, I'm sure that they're going to be using PCI 4. I can't imagine that they'll come out with another PCI, but I don't know. 1015 for the 3070, apparently based on NDA reviews. Okay, alright, so, you know, I have to wait an exact month to get one of those. That's not too bad. That's not bad. So that kind of got me thinking. This is a Travis. Are you an AMD fanboy? Is that what it is? You just love the AMD stuff? Is that why? This is a cash grab before AMD drops the 6000 series. I don't disagree, but again, AMD will never... this is just my 2 cents, so I don't think AMD's ever going to catch up to Intel. They were close. They were damn close with the CPU. They still are. They're still really, really close, especially with the Threadrippers and stuff like that, and the 3970X and all that stuff. Really, really close. But when it comes to NVIDIA, you're not. I'm sorry, you're not going to catch the 3000 series. Ain't gonna happen. You did a pretty good job on the 5700 XT. Like, that was the best bang for your buck. But now the 3070 came out, and it's like, not Nancy. If you want to learn patience, then try fishing. Yeah, we went out hunting, let's see, last year at the start of the season, and I sat out there for, I think it was like 9 hours and froze my buns off, and I said that was enough for me right then. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all, but after a while you get bored. You get bored. So I hope AMD can be close, but historically, well, yeah, I agree. Let's see here. Personally, AMD graphic drivers are awful. I have the RX 590 Nitro Sapphire crashing all the time. I can only imagine. Because, to be honest with you, I've never really had good luck with AMD stuff or their drivers. I do know that a lot of the issues do come from their drivers just being total crap. But again, it's the price point is, it's hard to argue with that. It's definitely hard to argue with that. So, Facebook user, hi. I don't know who you are. I wish I did. I know Dustin's in here. Return of the Mac himself is here. I'm sure that Tristan is also in here somewhere. So, but I don't know who just said hello. So, but hi. Thanks for joining us. We're talking about RTX 30 series cards. So, I have yet to have a single AMD card crash. That's just my luck. Out of 40 plus builds with them inside, they work hard for the money. I don't disagree with that, Travis. I don't necessarily disagree with that at all. I mean, again, some of the chips and stuff like that are fantastic. They really do some good stuff. But for graphics, yeah, I'll stick with the other side of thing. Oh, Tight Tim. What's up, Tim? Thanks for joining us. Thermal Take Tim himself is here. I appreciate it. And then I got, let's see, Hiss is in here as well. Oh my goodness. I've been lucky with my 5700 XT. No issues here. Yeah, again, 5700 XT was not a bad buy. It was a good price point for it. That's for sure. But the whole reason that I brought this up, Mr. Daly, hello. Thanks for, Kevin, it's funny enough. You're the only one that's showing up. That's it. Everybody else, Facebook user. But I got Kevin James Daly, the Mr. TPP mods, which, oh my God, I meant to show that today. Okay, we'll have to do that at the very, very end, because I know I wanted to share that your build that you just finished, which was pretty cool. All right, let's get back on track. Sorry. The RTX 30 series, the whole reason that I brought this up is that everybody's got the anticipation. Oh my God, Thursday. Oh my God, I can't wait. Thursday, I'm going to click order and it's not going to be available because they only made like 200. Which probably isn't the case. But the whole point of this is that the 3090 series is not coming out until next week. And then the 3070 series will not come out until the following month. But again, we already know that this card is going to be hot. GeForce cards are notorious for being relatively warm. They operate at a high temperature. And I can only imagine that if you look at any one of these, most likely it's going to run hot. Hence why there's 3 fans on pretty much any of the 3090 series cards. So that got me thinking. I'm like, okay, well, who's got blocks for these 3080s that are coming out on Thursday, right? I mean, it's happening. People keep talking about, oh, I got a block for this and I got a block for that. Well, okay, all right. Well, proof's in the pudding, right? Like, let's see it. So I went to EVGA's website. It does show the 3090 is going to have these 5 different variations. The XC3, the Win 3 garbage RGB looking one. That thing looks disgusting. The hybrid version, which is an AIO. The Kingpin version, which is also going to be an AIO. And then the Hydro Copper, which is going... Come on, guys. It looked so good before, and then you did that. Anyways, so I'm like, all right, well, where can I get any of these? well, they don't really have any information for it. So for the 3080 that comes out on Thursday, there's really no information about the hydrocopper, the hybrid, the For the Win, or any of those. So it's interesting to see who's got blocks and who doesn't. So far, the only people that I have seen are 2 actual manufacturers. Now, I could be wrong. You guys might need to educate me some here and point me in the right direction. But I checked EVGA. They got nothing. So I was like, okay, well, let's go to our next trusted manufacturer, Watercool. They're usually behind. Anybody that tries to get Watercool stuff straight out of the gate knows they're going to be waiting. So usually it takes them another month or so after the card is released to actually have the blocks ready, which, if you understand the quality of their work and craftsmanship, then you are definitely more than willing to wait the little bit for it. So, but I didn't see anything on Watercool. I did go to EK and I was looking on their website. I could have sworn that I saw something on their Instagram, but I was wrong. So I went to their website and they do have something about it right here on the front. Where is it? Oh, you gotta just click it there. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. I think that's what it is. And then you click this, and it goes, time to make history. Yeah, the GPU waterblock for the RTX 30 series is coming out. And they were talking about it. Obviously, you can't actually order it yet, but they do have, if you go to the shop, you go to waterblocks, you go to NVIDIA, and it does have a 30 series. So they do have water blocks for the 3000 series cards, which is pretty cool. So, Rokis, thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it. We'll see you on Friday for sure. And then, yeah, so EK definitely has their the water block ready to go. Tweakdown, what is this? Oh, the Biski. See, Biski blocks are, Biski. So I didn't exactly know that they had one, but I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Biski. I'd rather buy something quality. Sorry, did I say that? It shouldn't have come out like that. But they do make some stuff that's pretty good, but I don't necessarily know if I would trust my, $1,000 or $1,200 graphics card with a $120 water block. I don't know. I could be wrong. That's just me, my 2 cents. Again, to each is their own. The other thing that I did see is that, so EK has one, EVGA will be coming out with one, apparently Biski has one, but Elfcool has one. And if you go to this awesome website that I've heard of somewhere along the lines, I don't remember where, I heard it somewhere, ModMyMods.com, they actually have the Elfcool Eyes block, the Aurora Plexi GPX-N, for the 3090 and the 3080 series. This is for the reference design. This is not the non-reference one. It is this is the founders. This does not correspond with the reference design. Does not. Here are the models that it should work with. Hence why I said should. And here's the 3090 series that it should work with. Should. Anyways, they have their PDF they have ready. If you guys want to order one of these cool looking Alpha Cool Eyes blocks for the 30 series, definitely add to cart, buy it now. We only have limited supply, obviously, of the 30 series blocks, and those will be coming into stock in the next, I think it's next week is when they get here, or when they ship. So you'd have it in about 2-3 weeks. But again, it does look pretty, it's a pretty cool looking block. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look bad. It kind of looks like a distro plate, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I haven't actually touched one of these, so I have no idea what they actually look like physically out of the box or anything like that. But Thermaltake is launching theirs too. Okay, I'm guessing that's Tiny Tim, because I can only imagine Facebook user talking about Thermaltake's gotta be TT Tim. So if you can find me a link to that, I will take a look at it, and we can take a look at it here on the on the stream, but the Harbor Freight of Cooling. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Biski is like the Harbor Freight of Cooling. Yeah. Yeah. You can get your screwdrivers there. Maybe some paintbrushes. You know, a paint roller if you want to. And the disposable paint trays. But I wouldn't do too much else on that. So let's see. I wouldn't put it in a Corsair block either, just because I don't want to buy a commander to run it. Yes, I don't disagree with you. That is probably one of my biggest qualms with Corsair, is that you buy one of their new cases, right? So I got a 500D RGB version, and I went to go hook the fans up and everything like that, and it was like, oh, you forgot to buy the accessory kit. And I'm like, well, what the hell comes in the accessory kit? Oh, like a commander, so you can like control the RGB, man. Why the hell isn't that included? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. If I'm gonna use the RGB, you should probably include the frickin' connectors and stuff and the controllers that I need in order to make it work, right? I don't know. Whatever. So again, if you are looking for a water block, I know that, actually, now that I know, Tim has let me know that Thermaltake is making one, Biski, the Harbor Freight of Cooling, is making one, AlphaCool is making one, which I think I already said, EVGA is making one, and EK Waterblocks has one that is awesome, and will be ready, hopefully, in the next couple days, I would imagine. You'll be able to order that. So, but if you want to pre-order this AlphaCool one, definitely send us an email, let us know, add to cart, buy it now. That way when the card does come out, you know, you can have a water block. You can take that fresh, brand new, you know, graphics card, you can plug it in, you can turn it on, make sure it displays something, and then you can take it out and rip it all apart, just like I do on every video card that I have. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm sure that Bits Power won't be far behind. I agree with you. Shellback, Travis, I'm pretty sure that the Bits Power had already announced that they have one ready or something like that, so I'm sure people won't be too far behind on this one. I know that the layout for the 30 series was released a while ago, so I would imagine they got to be pretty close. So, another thing that I saw that is totally not product related, but it is something related to gaming and what we're doing here, is that we're putting together a crazy build for the new Star Wars game that's coming out here. And Jason from Braintech Society and from Oris shared this Squadrons CGI short. And I wanted to show it to you guys just before we end here. Because it's got some pretty cool effects. Now, if you don't necessarily like Star Wars and you don't necessarily like, you know, Squadrons and stuff like that, you could just mute it for like 6 minutes or so, and then we can come right on back, because I thought this was really well done. I thought you guys would enjoy, so let's take a look.
Is lost. Call off the attack.
Squadrons, disengage. Another retreat.
All fighters, return to the Overseer for extraction. Captain, come in. Is this Titan 3? I'm pinned down.
Come on, we still have ties out.
We're not handing the enemy one more destroyer, Captain. The Overseer is leaving. I'm not gonna make it. Thanks, Greg. I thought I was done for.
Get to the hangar, pilot.
Almost made it. Almost.
my mark.
Come on.
That would suck so bad.
That's it. On your way. Enough of this.
The GoPro view.
War's over. Imp.
Oh no. Damn, that's pretty.
War's over, Imp.
Come in. Calling Tiger Leader. Gray, do you read?
It's not over yet.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. Anyone that is a fan of the Star Wars series and excited for the new Squadrons coming out, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was a very, very well done short. You know, obviously with a new game coming out and everything like that, any and all hype is fantastic. So it's like Microsoft Flight Sim in Star Wars. Yeah, pretty much. I'm really excited for this, and obviously with the new build coming out and stuff like that, I am really, really stoked to put this all together. So very, very cool. Thought that was awesome. Thought I would share with you guys. So one last thing actually that I saw that I wanted to give you a little bit of advice on was that I was going through the Watercool PC chat and looking at some of the posts and pictures that this guy Gareth Ford had posted, and it's basically about how his water block is not looking so great. Now, that's probably not the worst thing ever. I have seen much, much, much worse. However, I have seen much, much, much better too. And a lot of the concerns and complaints were mostly about how do I prevent this from happening and what do I do, now going forward. So what is happening here is there's a contamination inside of the loop somewhere, whether that be within the fluid, whether that's some sort of fitting that's not, it's fluid related, but if it's some sort of fitting that has some sort of plating on it that doesn't, mix well with the actual coolant that was in there, or if it's, maybe the plating on the inside. And what's happening here is actually the plating on the inside of this water block is slowly starting to deteriorate. It's nothing crazy. You're not seeing anything, drastic or anything like that. But it's slowly starting to pull away the actual coating on the outside of that nickel plating there. So, he was wondering, okay, well, what did I do wrong this time around in order to have this happen? And then secondly, what can I do now to fix it? And what he said is he used EK cryo fuel. Now, again, fluid is kind of debatable regardless of who you talk to. It doesn't matter, how clean you keep it. It's fluid. If you're turning it on and off, or if you have the pastel or whatever, different fluids react differently to different products. So with EK, especially cryo fuel, being it especially if it's the pastel color, you need to make sure that that's super clean. And what that shows me is that mostly everything that you did was clean, and it did look good when you put it together. However, you needed to run probably part 2 through there, or maybe clean out the radiators or whatever. But basically what it comes down to is that you need to follow suit in cleaning things properly to make sure that you can maintain the correct balance inside of your loop, right? Because pH comes into play, the acidity and all that type of stuff does come into play when you're running this fluid through your loop. So that being said, now that he's at this step and he's gotten most of it cleaned out and he's flushed it out and everything like that, again, that's not that bad. If you look in between the cold plate here and everything, it is not that bad. The fins and everything like that, they're relatively clean. So it's not like it's detrimental. It's not going to explode or anything like that, like some, unfortunate cases do have. So what I would recommend doing is getting some Blitz Part 2 cleaner. And that's actually one of the biggest things that we try and let people know to do is if you go onto our website on the left-hand side here, scroll down to Liquid, go to Liquid Accessories. Now, unfortunately, I know we don't have any in stock right now, but I do know that there is a container that's on a boat that is making its way from UK. Pretty sure it's where it left. So it's coming from the UK all the way over to the United States currently as we speak. And this will actually be in stock hopefully in the next 3 weeks or so. But it is making its way over. It will get here eventually. However, that is what you're going to need to use in order to properly clean out your loop and maintain it, for the long haul. They sell the they sell the kit, which is part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is only for radiators, which you flush not connected to the system. You flush it separately all by itself. And then part 2 is an all-together system. So once everything's all hooked up together, you then, mix up this fluid, you throw it in your system, you let it run for anywhere from 12 to 24 hours, and then you flush it out. I mean, I usually go a little overboard when it comes to flushing it out. I do usually 6 or 7 times, to get it all out of there. But the instructions are all written down on this, and regardless of what type of build you're doing or anything like that, you definitely want to clean the system out. And you want to make sure that you read the instructions, because depending on what type of parts you have on it, plating, anything like that, it all matters. But inside of the box there, you'll get the information to tell you what the proper mix ratio is and how long to use it and how you should flush it out. So it's definitely one thing that you can do single-handedly to make everything a whole heck of a lot better. So watching from the Philippines, all the way from the Philippines, that's awesome. Thanks for being here, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll let you I'll let you flush Cosmic 6 or sometimes, bro. Jonathan, listen, our buddy John from the great up north where it's cold and they speak a lot of French, that's not my fault. If you don't have a good drain, it's real tough to flush anything out. Really. I mean, let's be real here. If you don't have a good drain, it's pretty much hell. But that's beside the point. Definitely want to go and flush everything out a bunch of different times, especially when you're doing the part 2, which is your the final pass. Part 2 is going to be the one that's going to clear up almost everything. So that water block that you just saw that had a little bit of the stain on it and everything like that, theoretically this part 2 should clean it right up. So just something to keep in mind, something to think about when you're building your new loop and putting everything together. Make sure it's clean, and make sure you run some sort of blitz kit through it, to make sure that you can run the fluid and it can stay as pretty as it should be, right? So now we're on the downward spiral of our show here. I wanted to show off a couple different things here. This is actually sent to us by our good friend Jeff, who's based in the Netherlands. Jabob, he's the guy that makes all the crazy desks, and he will be with us on Friday here to talk about what he's doing in his overhaul on his desk PC. But as you can see, he's got a lovely shot of the brand new 2080 GPU block from Watercool that he just received. This is the stainless steel version, so as you can see, it's extremely shiny. But then I also had to ask him, like, dude, what are you doing with this green card in here? I'm like, what is that? He's like, oh, it's a quad-port Intel NIC. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, yeah, that can stay. Maybe we put a little cover over it or something, make it look a little prettier. But, man, I understand why you would need one of those. So, the next person I wanted to talk about is this lovely fellow right here, Mr. TPB Mods, who's in the chat, I think, hopefully still, Mr. Kevin Daly, Kevin James Daly. He had put together, well, he had put together this great computer here. This is actually an awesome build that he put together called Project Entropy, which is featuring, he worked with Monster Labo, I don't know how the heck you would call it, but he put together this tiny little build that looks really, really awesome. Obviously, as you can see, he's got some, I think that's paint, right? You ended up painting that, or did you vinyl that? Either way, it looks really, really good. I really like it. And I'm pretty sure that's actually a white heatsink too, which is, dude, it just looks really cool. It's a unique, different type of build that, it's something different, and I like it. I like different, because that's what we do. We mod mods, right? So this was modded, and then you modded it again, so looks pretty dope. So is there a chance we can buy coolant? Really want to try your lovely UV coolant. Yeah, absolutely. If you are looking for the mod water, let me go back to, no, not that one, hold on. There we go. Let's go to ModMyMods. That way I can show you what some of the coolant here is, and then we'll hop back over to TPB Mods. If you go up here, I think it's one of the first or second tabs that's up here. But if you actually go on the left-hand side here, go to liquid, you can go to colored liquid. And you'll see if you go to manufacturer over here and you click ModMyMods, this is actually our own coolant that we make here right in the good old heart of the America that we live in, good old United States in New York State, where we take disgusting water that comes from the tap and we turn it into, oh my god, goodness. It comes out to be 0.05 parts per million before we add the additives into it. So it's theoretically the cleanest coolant that's actually out and available on the market, which is pretty cool. And it's, again, made here in the good old US of A. Made right here in our warehouse with our crazy water filtration system that we got. And yeah, you can definitely buy this and use it. And if you need like a custom color, we definitely can do that too. Just send us over an email to support@modmymods.com. Tell me what color you're looking for. It might change the price by like $1 depending on what color you're looking for. But you also got to let us know if you're using anything like aluminum, which we can custom make aluminum based fluid. However, it will definitely change the price because you need to use a lot more concentrate and additives in order to make it actually, you know, work with the aluminum style parts. So do you send to the Philippines? Absolutely. Yeah, we ship worldwide. We ship all over the place. We actually just sent some fluid down to, what is it, Venezuela? It's down in South America somewhere. I don't remember, but yeah, definitely, we definitely ship all over the place. $10 extra if Kev puts... That's extra. That's extra, and that's only for yours, Jonathan. That's only for yours. But we definitely have all sorts of different coolant here that's available. It is cheaper than a lot of other coolants that are out on the market there. But we also do have the pure water as well, which is basically just cleaner than distilled water. If you're having a tough time getting actual distilled water, we do have that. If you go down to liquid, cleared liquid, go here, scroll down, oh, no, we're not even going to scroll down. We're just going to go to manufacturer and click ModMyMods, right? And there it is, ultra pure, clear water. And basically what it is it's better than distilled water. It's cleaner than distilled water actually is, but you do not want to just use this as coolant, though. You're going to need some anti-corrosive and antimicrobacterial type stuff to go into this water, so do not use ultra pure just as coolant. That can be a general misconception that we have, but unfortunately that is not that's not what you need it for. You need it to clean stuff out, right? So if you're flushing your system out with that good old part 2, that Mayhem's Blitz kit, you're definitely going to need some of this stuff, or some distilled water. Either or, it doesn't matter. But we like to use this, well, obviously, because we make it. So, can you drink it? Well, Jonathan, you know what's cool about that? You know what's cool about that? Theoretically, you can. I don't recommend you do that. I don't recommend that at all. However, you can. Theoretically, you could. Because it is just distilled water, you definitely can. However, the reason that I was showing you that was because the label on the back side of the pure water does say that it's actually safe for, you know, cleaning stuff, or if you're doing, you know, stuff with pets or hydroponic systems or lasers or whatever, you definitely can use that for that type of thing. Now, the coolant that we make, that has a different label on it that says, no, don't drink it. Do not drink. That is bad. It's really, really bad for you. I would not. There's a warning label on it and everything like that. This one has a caution label. So it's just take caution and don't do that. Right? Relatively straightforward. So could you drink it? Theoretically, sure. I wouldn't recommend it. It probably wouldn't taste very good. But not the coolant. Do not. It's really bad for you. Don't do that. You probably pee and it'll be UVP. Whole black light up to it and be kind of weird. Yeah, might be. I don't know if that's what you're going for. I don't know. Yeah, some people are into weird things. So, again, thank you for sharing this with me, Kevin, James Daly, Mr. TPB Mods. Really, really cool stuff. And again, I really liked your backdrop too. It fit very well with this mod and everything. So very, very well done. Second to last is our good friend Kiri over in Malaysia. He got one of these awesome the Airbus edition side sticks, which is really, really cool. But he's always been a jokester. Guy's hilarious. He's fun to hang out with. We've partied with him and stuff like that. But more importantly, he had something his story where he's hardcore playing with with the joystick. Absolutely. That's just damn funny. I thought that was hilarious. So, again, I thought I would share that with you. Again, if you don't follow emarquee.co over in Malaysia, he's really, really awesome. Good friend of ours. Can't wait to see him again, hopefully sometime soon. And give him a like, a share, tweet, follow, all that type of stuff. So, last but not least, very, very last thing. Free games on Epic, the trash launcher. I mean, the garbage. I mean, the hot dumpster. The Epic Games launcher here. You can get some free garbage. I mean, games. So what you can get now, which is the only thing that I thought I would recommend to you, is Railway Empire, which is pretty fun, actually. It's 13 gigs for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It's like a top-down RTS type of game, but whatever. Yeah, so if you can bear to deal with the trash launcher called Epic Games, you can definitely get this Railway Empire for free. It is relatively fun. It is decent to play. It's not a bad thing. You know, free games are always nice, but again, you'll never deter me from Steam. I'm sorry, I'm a Steam fanboy at heart, so what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? That's all. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the ModMyMods news update. Hopefully I was able to answer some of the questions that you guys have. If you have any suggestions, complaints, concerns, or hints and tips and tricks that you'd like me to go over or you'd like to talk to me about, send me an email, send me a message, you know, ModMyMods, anywhere on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can send me an email, kevin@modmymods.com, whatever you'd like. Give me some sort of suggestions, feedback, whatever, and I'll do my best to implement it into the show. Like I said, on Friday, we'll have Jeff from Jabulb, who's all the way out in the Netherlands, joining us again, going over his upgrade for the Project Redwood, which is that crazy desk build that has everything inside of the desk. And he was doing some upgrades, so we'll talk to him about that. We'll also talk about the RTX launch and the 3080s and see how quickly those went and see how many water blocks are sold and all that type of stuff. So hopefully you guys have some free time on Friday to join us. Otherwise, we'll hopefully catch you next week. But besides that, have a wonderful afternoon. I hope you guys had fun, and we will see you on Friday.